leaders does not change.
Somebody needs to take a business class.
What?
Bad leaders are not successful.
No, I think
follow the bad leader. He's saying follow the bad leader regardless.
what he's saying is when you preface things like men are the leaders, right? So that's a statement that's made. So if men are the leaders, then you guys said they need to do X, Y, and Z. Therefore, he's saying you need to respect it at all time. Not all of them are going to be good or bad, but you still need to look at all men as such. That's what he's saying.
Well, it also means that a good leader may not be good all the time. Doesn't erase the good that he's done.
That part's okay though. But if you're always bad and I'm still following you,
sure,
I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, sure. No, that makes sense. Who been quiet? T. I said T. Tay.
Okay.
Way. Ratchet. What y'all think, man? Like, who? I guess the question is on the table, sort of. Nah, Mike. Wasn't there another question on the table?
Nah, I was gonna say.
No, it was Hank the Basement who said something.
Yeah, and I was gonna say that y'all ladies also need to understand that when y'all ask us to believe you or be on your side, I usually say this on my panels. I was a simp. All right, I went to a HBCU. That's a simp indoctrination zone. And what happened from that experience is that I believe everything women said about everybody. So when you say, oh, black men ain't shit and they not taking care of their kids, I believe every word you said. Even though I didn't know none of them niggas, I was like, they must be out here cutting up. Where are they? Black men be hitting women in the face with bricks. Oh my God, where are they? I don't know any of them niggas, but where are they? We believe every single thing you have ever said for the entirety of our lives. And then we grew up. That's it. We grew up. Right?
That's
so
not why
what I'm saying is that we've given black women grace, and most black men have, because most black men were raised by black women for far too long. So now we're starting to realize and look at things from both ends and realize that some women are just using the fact that they're a woman against all men to keep their advantage in society.
Go ahead, Dana.
Wow.
I don't have any further comment. That's not why you're a simp.
Whoa, you gotta.
See, this is crazy, man. What's the reason for disrespecting a man like that?
Because I articulate myself.
She don't have a reason.
She don't have a rebuttal.
Dana, why you say that?
First of all, you disrespected HBCUs and those that also that went there and those of us that graduated.
Right, like come on. You just gonna act like
so you gotta
you have to explain.
Wait. So
how did I disrespect HBCUs?
You went to an HBCU. You got a degree. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So it opened the door for you to start working in your profession. Yes or no?
Excuse me. How the fuck did we get on this? How did I disrespect?
We got on it because you brought the fact that
explain it
is a simp. What did you call it?
Okay. What's the ratio for men to women in HBCU? What's the ratio for men and women that go to most HBCUs?
Don't answer the question with a question. Why did you say that?
Well, in fact, I misspoke. Pretty much all colleges and universities are simp indoctrination zones because the women outnumber the men by at least 7-1.
Then say that shit. Then say that. What the fuck are you talking about? Then say that shit.
No.
That's not what you
It's
said.
worse. It's worse at an HBCU. Hold on. What is the number one voting block?
No disrespect. You ain't my daddy. You don't have to intervene right now.
Voting block? What is the number one voting block of the Democratic Party of all liberals? Black women, right? So they all on the HBCU's campus telling you to do shit for women's rights, holding up signs for pussy power and shit. Like that is a simp indoctrination zone. I stand on that shit 1,000. I ain't disrespect my damn HBCU. What are you talking about?
You did disrespect it because you went there.
You remember when I said we got to define disrespect because they just make up their own damn definition?
Just make it up as they go.
Don't tell the president of that school what you just said. That's disrespectful.
I will.
Go do it.
What the fuck they gonna do to me for that?
They're not gonna do nothing. But the fact of the matter is, you got your degree.
But what does that got to do with calling him? That's not the reason why.
That got to do with this?
It shows.
And then continue to cuss him out.
Deflecting.
I'm not talking
about what you Dana did though.
I didn't cuss him out.
Oh, okay.
So if I say that my job overworks me and I work too many hours, did I disrespect my job?
Oh, here we go. That's not what you said. But if you said that your company was
Did I
not
disrespect my job,
if
or is it true?
If you were saying that your company was not paying you on time and you were getting treated disrespectfully, yes, then you would be dismissing your job and you would be talking about them in a negative tone.
No, because it was true. If it's true, it's not disrespect. I explained to you why an HBCU and most universities are simp indoctrination zones.
But that's
what is
not
your
what
real
you originally
rebuttal?
said, Trigger
No,
Mike.
I did not disrespect my HBCU.
Let's not change what you said.
I did not disrespect my HBCU.
You
are incorrect.
He said it's a simp indoctrination zone. What was disrespectful is the question.
It was disrespectful because he called it, he said it is an indoctrination for simps, meaning that most Black men that graduate, and that includes the doctors and the lawyers that everybody's looking for to have.
So doctors aren't simps?
Give them, they are, they're not, simps. They are, they're simps because they got their education from an HBCU, and there's not many that need your help.
Nazareth. You don't listen.
I don't have to listen because
you are making a counter argument.
You don't have to listen, and you making a statement.
All of these doctors and esteemed, distinguished people are simps. I can't believe you.
You're the one that
said it. Say something.
Yeah. So no, can I just say, okay? Initially, before he finished his thought, I was like, well, damn, I went to HBCU too. But he finished his thought, and I'm like, okay, I get it. I don't necessarily agree with it, but I get it. And I would also like to say, I agree with the sentiment of us being careful as a whole, because we don't know these niggas out here. So I don't think everything that y'all are saying is wrong. I do believe that a man ultimately controls the temperature of the room, regardless of what's happening. But I do appreciate Hamp's comment to, him helping the lady out. I do believe in those situations, yes, we expect that. But when I get what y'all saying, we popping off this and together, she got it, right? Cool, I get your point. But I don't think that the disrespect is one way. So that's my 2 cents.
Yeah, fair. Mike, in terms of that simp indoctrination zone, see, I saw it differently. I was a fucking animal on the goddamn campus. I was waxing so much. I tried to get with this one girl, right? I said, yo, what? She like, no. I said, why? She said, because you had sex with my whole floor. I said, that's a good answer. I was like, that's a good fucking answer. Shout out to Walmart.
I don't like niggas won't get ass. That's obviously what was going on. But what I mean is, when I say simp, I'm usually talking about. So I don't think women realize how dangerous some men are, because what they're doing is they wouldn't agree with you if they didn't have a benefit from it, and they learn that from college. Because it's like, all I gotta do is go up here and hold this sign and go to this pussy power parade, and then all the bitches go beat it. They won't do it if they don't get a benefit from it. But the women don't see it. So what I say is that if women want to know what simps actually do, paint a poster of a man and a woman arguing with each other, and a simp behind the woman acting like he's yelling at the man but grabbing her butt from behind. That's what simps do. They would not be behind you if they didn't get a chance, if they didn't think they was going to get something from it. That happens at HBCU simply because everything is marketed to women. The Democratic Party puts all their stronghold, all of their grassroots marketing into those areas to push agendas, to win elections, etc. You might as well have called my HBCU Obamaversity when this dude was running for president, right? So that's all I mean, and I do have an intelligent rebuttal for everything.
Hey, I gotta get up out of here, man. I appreciate you letting me get on, but nice meeting all y'all people on here, man. Y'all have a good one.
You did a good job. Be safe, bro. Hey, one question. Do they still got slaves? They still got slaves where you at, or y'all good?
You say what now?
Y'all still got slaves where you at, or you straight?
We might. It ain't me though.
Yo, bro, be safe, bro.
Y'all be safe.
No doubt. Mr. Grant. With the $20. Men are supposed to protect women from men. But who protects the most vulnerable of us? The children.
Shit like that.
Men are only leaders in their household, not on these streets. Ladies, do not let your mouth write a check that your fist cannot cash.
Shit like that.
Yeah, man. I really think that's something y'all got to get a hold of, love, in terms of our initial conversation. Like, men may not experience disrespect from other men because it is the physical thing that men respect because they understand that it can get physical, it can get violent. So oftentimes we're not dealing with each other in the same way, but it seems like women don't have that fear because y'all don't think y'all gonna get touched. And I think it comes out overwhelmingly, maybe even subconsciously, and it causes big issues. Also, in terms of accountability, our accountability is different because we are held accountable from day one quite often. Like our men's accountability rears its ugly head. We get called fat, ugly, this, that, and the third. You guys that have a little bit more safety nets around you in terms of accountability and when it's time to be accountable, just generally speaking. Just because there's a couple things I had heard.
No, and the last thing I'm gonna say about this is I'm gonna make it very succinct and concise. All that's gonna say about this, I don't believe. See, starting with me.
Ain't nothing about you succinct.
It's never okay for a woman to be in a man's face and to hit a man. Like, I don't agree with any of that, and I think we all agree on the. All the women agree with that. Panel never sat there and said the opposite. So let's be very clear. And so the collective of high vibrational, high quality women, educated, mature women do not go around hitting men and cussing them out for no reason.
Interjection. You did say sometimes you got to get to a point where you say, "Get the fuck out my face."
Right. Exactly. I said unprovoked or unnecessarily. Right. And we do that because leave me. It's like when a kid's getting kidnapped, you're supposed to scream, "Help! God!" Make a whole bunch of noise, right? And so you try to scare that person away. That's kind of like an internal defense mechanism. Leave me alone, God! It's the screaming, the hollering, and the cussing, whatever, to get them out the face, not to disrespect, but to literally, it's a defense mechanism. Fight or flight kicks in. So I want. That only happens then, not because, hey, can I get your number? Mother African. No one does that. That's a real high quality, vibrational, mature woman. So
let me give you some game.
That's it.
Let me give you some game. I know you coming from the old school. Okay. That jive turkey era and shit. Don't fucking do that in these streets. Okay. All that get the fuck out my face and all that does not work. It's not gonna go how you think it's gonna go. Men are done and tired of y'all fucking mouths, bro. Niggas is overwhelmingly done simping out to that extent.
So what do you think should happen then? So what do you think should happen?
Then go to a safer place. Go to the middle of the bar, right? Go home. God damn it.
They follow you. Like these are real life situations. They will follow you.
But here's the thing. We called savage examples extreme, but they happen. Right, so we can't discount his examples and say, "What if this nigga follow you?" Right, so all these things can happen, but get yourself out of those spaces. Get yourself in a different place. Get around other people. Sit at the. I mean, there's so many things you got to do differently, but what you don't want to do is start cussing somebody out. Not no grown man, especially these niggas out here.
It's a defense mechanism, and I just want to again.
It's love. What I'm saying is, it's the wrong. Cut that.
I hear what you're saying. No, I hear what you're saying.
Don't use that no more.
I hear what you're. I totally hear what you're saying, but I don't want it to be lost.
Don't use that no more. Because see, here's what happened. If I'm around and you using that shit, you can get a nigga like me killed. You feel what I'm saying? That's what y'all gotta understand. You know, because even though my logic is what it is, I'm illogical. I know that about myself. Once I get angry, I'll be illogical. You understand? Most men are logical, and I wish I had like a one more second to think sometimes. But oftentimes I just see something and I take action. But that can lead. I mean, that could be very detrimental. And I got wild kids. I got mad fucking kids.
You got a whole tribe, a whole bunch.
You know what I'm saying?
Man. Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that.
Shit like that.
I just want men.
Just real quick.
Yeah. Uncle Jeff, I see you.
I just don't want us to get caught up in thinking that these examples that we're providing where men approach us and we reject them and they respond aggressively are one-offs or they're outliers, because that's not the case at all. Okay. And I think that I don't remember if it was we were talking on or offline, but we were talking about sometimes you got to give the man the wrong number. And sometimes that don't even work, because they're going to sit there and wait for you to respond to their, they don't let up sometimes.
Hey,
and that's
you know what I want to say, Dana? I want to say welcome. Welcome to this world where shit get real. You dealing with shit men fucked it. This that type of shit we deal with. This is what y'all wanted, honestly, bro. My bad. Go ahead.
No, but the difference is, again, you're a man and I'm a woman. So me rejecting you is different than you rejecting me. And I'm not saying like let's say that the playing field is level. Let's say that I'm not disrespectful to you, and if the roles were reversed, you're not disrespectful to me. Some people just don't take no for an answer, and that happens more. I won't say more often than not, but it happens a lot. So I don't want us to operate in the space where we feel like those situations are the outliers, and that's not typical, regular, usual behavior, because it is.
Can I ask the ladies on the panel a question?
Yeah, I just want to make sure I acknowledge her last point, though. Dana, that's fair, right? Because that's one thing we don't have to worry about is rejecting women left and right. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, I don't have any experience. Well, I was pretty hot back in the day. I got a little bit of experience, but not as much as y'all.
Bye. Stop it.
So all the
John was popping. Hold on, I gotta say hi to John. John, what's good? What's going on, man? How you?
I'm doing good, man. Just enjoying the conversation. This ratchet conversation that's going on tonight. It is ratchet and ghetto.
God damn.
Wow. Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here. Come on.
You said you had a question. I gotta get John. John's an asshole.
So why you come? Dang.
Why you ask?
It's 1 o'clock.
Leave him alone.
He's a leader.
That's my friend.
He is.
Leave him alone.
Because he's a leader, and he has to stomp evil out where he finds it.
Yeah.